Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to do another pre-series announcement video before I do any series on my channel. Let me go and say this. I need to see if I can figure out how to change that intro up. Saying the pre-series announcement is actually a pretty good way of saying the announcement before the series we're about to do. But the way I'm saying the intro sucks, and it's really bothering me. However, we're not going to sit there and delay on that. There ain't too many announcements I want to go ahead and discuss, but there is something I want to go ahead and talk about because it's actually going to be very important. One of the best things I want to talk about is kind of a continuation from what I was talking about during the last pre-series announcement video. Because I was discussing something in that I actually forgot to discuss. Well, there was something I was discussing. Let me say that again. I was discussing stuff about wheels on. Well, not wheels. I'm sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. I was discussing different games for a series, and I was also discussing a series that could be coming up. Well, I was originally going to, and I completely forgot to. Because when I was talking about like series that were coming up a little bit later that night, I talked about Aquar.io. It's okay, Toto, honey. I love you, honey bunch. You're so pretty. But anyway, guys, I was discussing a series that would probably be coming up that night, and if I wasn't tired, maybe doing the Aquar.io series. However, there was originally something else I wanted to say about that, guys. If you want to understand what I just said there, listen to the last pre-series announcement video. However, I gotta real quickly discuss something about this one as well. I gotta real quickly discuss something I forgot to mention to you guys during the last video. During the last pre-series announcement. Now, guys, during the last video, like I said, during the last announcement video, I was discussing, the series thing again, like what series may be coming up. However, not everything I said in there was completely true. It's true that I've been wanting to do a Quora.io. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time now. But unfortunately, because of the internet connection, we can only do it late at night. And because of my body schedule, I keep falling asleep at the time I need to record it. So we've been kind of running into a brick wall with that. That's why you guys have not seen a Quora.io video in a little while, despite me saying maybe I'm going to start going back to it. However, there was something that I had to say that kind of combined the wheel announcement and the series coming up announcement. Something I forgot to tell you guys during the last video was that I was actually thinking about doing either a Let's Play or a Let's Mostly Play of Hungry Dragon and Hungry Shark World. While that may not seem like the best games, remember guys, I like the games a lot. It's just that without the wheels really up the ante or up the funness that you have with that series. It was the same thing with Hungry Shark World. Once I add that shark wheel, the game became 10 times funner. The only thing I hate about it is the fact that it's hard to be able to use the smaller sharks in scenarios because they can't eat as much. But of course, the same thing would be with the dragons as well. Like I said, guys, I talked about how I create a dragon wheel in Hungry Dragon. I haven't got to try it out yet, but during the series I'm going to do today, we should get the chance to try it out. The only problem I have with it is that it's not easy to be able to take advantage of everything. Because, especially in Hungry Shark World, because you need a certain power-up in order to break through any barrier. And if you run out of that power-up, you're out of luck. I thought the pet that was supposed to help you break through the barrier was supposed to help you with that. But no, I think he requires the power-up to be able to do the job he's supposed to do. Which is a big ol' issue whenever I ain't got as many of those. I've got a lot more giant pets than I do that. So it's not the best thing ever. However, The biggest problem I have with using smaller sharks and dragons is the fact that it's going to be very hard to be able to eat anything, especially. It's easier to get around certain things like mines as a smaller dragon or shark. It's easier to get around mines and all that stuff if you're not just randomly flying in random directions super fast. However, your health also ain't nearly as much, and like I also said, it's just hard to eat anything. Plus, the berries are a big issue. Hungry Shark World, I think if you have the right barrier, or I think if you have the power up that lets you break the dragon barrier, you can actually do it. However, when it comes to things like Hungry Shark World, no. When it comes to Hungry Dragon, we don't have any power up like that. We have a pet that supposedly lets you break the raining barrier. However, I think the thing I like about Hungry Shark World better is it kind of adapts the letters to the shark you're using. Because I've noticed when I use the super small shark like the Nibbler, the small shark in the game, it actually makes it to where all the letters are in the same vicinity as where the dragon is. In that one middle area where where that beanstalk and everything is. So, yeah, it actually makes it pretty easy to grab all the letters. However, I don't completely remember how they adapt. I don't know if they're actually supposed to make it intentionally to where you can't get the letters as easily with the smaller dragons. It seems like they make it towards easier. Well, at least with the smallest dragon in the game. But I don't remember how they used to do it with dragons like Blaze and all that stuff. Or the smaller, like, medium. I mean, no, the small or the medium-sized dragons. I don't quite remember how they actually take that. So, yeah. So, we may... I don't know how everything's going to work completely yet, guys. Although, the wheel that I made for Hungry Dragon should be able to make Hungry Dragon a lot funner. I love the game still, but with the letters not having as much effect on the larger dragons, that does put Hungry Dragon a little bit lower than Hungry Shark World. Thing I like about the letters in Hungry Shark World, no matter whether the shark is big or not, you can see the growth changes. Even if it's not the most growth changes, you will see a growth change, which is pretty cool. Hungry Dragon, if you're standing still, okay, you do what to do for Hungry Shark World, you can't notice anything. And unless the screen's super zoomed into the dragon's face, I don't think you can even notice that he grew from the letters. And that's why the smaller sharks are almost funner to use than the larger sharks. I mean, larger dragons are less fun to use than the smaller dragons. And kind of the same thing with Hungry Shark World, except, like I said, with Hungry Shark World, you can actually notice a giant change whenever they grab all the letters. Which is why I mainly focus my time when I play the Hungry games to do just that. So, yeah. However, guys, let me go ahead and get off that topic and go ahead and discuss something else. I actually want to discuss Castle Crush and the issue with the storm mode. Now, as you guys know, during the last pre-series announcement video, I did a video like 17 minutes before the storm mode actually came up. And after I finished it up, guys, I only did one video. Well, usually with me, guys, when the storm mode comes up, you see 2, 3, maybe 4 videos just of Castle Crush. However, there was an issue this time. Let me go and say, guys, I still love the storm mode a ton. It's still my favorite game mode. I think it always will be my favorite game mode. However, there is an issue when it comes to different things. First off, guys, one of the reasons why I quit having so much fun with the storm mode is because of people ruining my fun. A lot of the time whenever you see characters, or no, a lot of time, let's think about it this way. The only troop that I like in the game that has really not gotten a chance to grow as much has been the skeletons. Maybe the dragon in some way, but even the dragon has gotten to get bigger than the skeleton. The skeletons are one of them that I'd like to be able to make gigantic. However, because of how easily and how fragile they are and how easily they can just get knocked out, it's not good. One of the reasons why I've gotten so bored, guys, a lot of the times, well, not only do people ruin my fun because I can easily take out the skeletons, but it's also because of the fact that we're doing the same characters over and over again. They still are my favorite characters, but whenever they're the only good ones in the game, it does kind of suck. Like I like all the characters that I like to use, like the orc, the dragon, the mud elemental, the fire elemental, and stuff like that. However, there's only one other character that would be cool to continue. That would be cool to make or another. There's only one character that would be fun to unlock and make huge. That being the ice elemental. But unfortunately, like I said during the last video, we can barely stay at Castle 6. So, it's not going to be easy to actually take advantage of that. That's funny, because I know during the last video when I started doing Castle Crush, when I did try to get some chest for the chest slots, I actually only lost 1 out of the 5 battles we did. So that means we only had to do 5 battles and we won 4 out of the 5 in them, which was pretty good. However, I have a bad feeling we're not going to get that lucky if we try doing that game for this episode. Unfortunately, guys, I don't think we can be able to do storm mode today. The storm mode legitimately ends in like 45 minutes or so. Like, the storm mode is legitimately going to end soon. And it seems crazy because normally I do like to do the storm mode. However, with the brightness, I don't know. With everybody taking out the dudes I want to grow, and with the fact that not having no other good troops that would be fun to make huge and it's just the same ones over and over again, it got a little bit boring. It's not boring to use those troops. Trust me, guys. I love the dragon. I love the mud element. I love the fire element. I like the orc. I like the skeletons. I like the phoenix. I like all that stuff. But again, them being the only ones that you can grow. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I had the computer plugged in, but well, I had the computer plugged in, but I forgot it was almost fully charged. When I opened up the computer yesterday, the thing was about dead, despite I believe it being plugged up pretty much the whole time, which again was kind of weird. But hey, whatever. Let me go and get back to Castle Crush, guys, because this is, I think, the last announcement I want to go ahead and make. Like I said, guys, the storm mode is not boring, but the troops that we haven't got to make humongous get killed very easily. Or, well, there's always going to be somebody bigger than them, especially during the storm mode, because if there's a certain troop that's already grown, like let's say we put the dragon inside the battlefield, but we had a mud element where it was already like this size. Obviously, well, you weren't going to be able to see the dragon grow up because the mud element will be super duper big. And while that's a cool thing, we've already made a gigantic mud elemental. The only guys we really have got to make huge that I'd love to be able to make huge is a skeleton, a fire elemental. A fire elemental hasn't got to get that big, and the dragon. We've got to make a pretty big dragon. And even during one of the last 2 videos I did, we actually did have a section where I made like the dragon like 3 or 4 times its size just in a matter of a few seconds, which was pretty cool. We still lost that battle, but that was still probably one of the coolest runs I've ever done. That's probably one of the biggest dragons I've probably ever created. I don't know if I've made one any bigger than that yet. The dragon would be easier to grow if it was cheaper. If it costed less than 12 and it only costed like 8 or 7, like with the mud elemental, it would be a lot easier to be able to take advantage of and make bigger. So, yeah. But that's besides the point, guys. We might do I'm going to go and give you a real quick summary and then end off the video. We might do a We might do a Hungry Dragon, Hungry Shark World Series. However, I don't completely know for sure. And along with that, guys, the storm mode's fun. However, I am going to try to figure out a different plan to be able to take advantage of it. Maybe what I should do instead of really focusing, or maybe what I should do instead of real quickly going into the. Maybe what I should start doing is spacing out the videos a little bit more. Maybe do like one video of the storm mode at like the time it comes on, but then maybe wait like 2 or 3 hours before I do another one, or wait a few hours after I do that one to do another one. That way it don't get boring. The storm mode is cool and I love it a lot. Like I said, it'll always be my favorite game mode. However, again, just the fact that I can't grow the troops that I want to grow, or some of the troops that haven't got to get huge. I will admit, we actually got to make a pretty good sized skeleton before, but even they can't take the hits well enough, and it sucks. So, yeah. Don't worry, guys, Castle Crush is not going to end. However, I am going to figure out a different way to handle Castle Crush, that way it just don't get boring. We will start doing other game modes if I can figure out how to have fun. Like I said, one of the best reasons I'm getting so bored with the storm modes because people keep ruining the fun I want to have. You got a giant phoenix? Oh, too bad. Somebody could just kill it and make it go into its egg and then destroy that egg. So, yeah. Like, do you see exactly my point? A lot of fun that I want to have gets ruined by the person that's doing it. And it's not just that game mode that it happens in. It's stuff like the nature mode. The nature mode would be a cool mode to have fun with, especially with somebody like the Mud Elemental, because he can continuously generate health over time. However, we run into a big issue whenever everybody else likes to do annoying pieces of crap. A lot of the time in the storm mode, the nature mode and all that stuff, everybody will use like the very cheap troops that don't cost that much. And while in some way that's not that big of a deal, when you use too much of that, the one expensive dude you send out gets screwed over instantly. Like they could already, by the time you get one Mud Elemental, they could already have like 1 or 2 archers. They could already have the little dude that shoots arrows from his wheelbarrow. You could have pretty much any. You could have the Reaper come out of nowhere, and the Mud Elemental is like nothing when there's so many cheap troops coming at him at once. And it's kind of the same with the Dragon. The Dragon's good about taking out a whole clump of people at once if they're close enough to him. However, if there's so many shooting at him from a distance, no, it doesn't work. It's not good. But yeah, and that's the reason why sometimes even the dragon can't be helpful. The dragon's cool and actually an amazing thing. I love him. But again, when he gets overwhelmed like that, there's nothing he can do about it. Even if you make him giant, he can't survive everything. And if you use giant growths on him when he's about to go down, if you ain't careful, he does go down. You just lost the giant growth you basically used on him. And it sucks. I just wish that, like, if you want to do that, I wish there was a way, like, you could make the storm mode part of a regular game mode, where it's like you could actually turn on the storm mode for, like, a regular game mode, and then, like, your troops will automatically grow over time during a regular match. That would be cool. That's what makes the storm mode so fun, because they're already growing bigger, but then you can influence their growth even more by using a giant growth on them and making the troop that much more bigger, which is a cool idea. Next time storm mode shows up, guys, I'll try to figure out a better way to be able to handle it to where I won't just get bored with it. But again, it's going to be rather difficult to do that because of how everybody, again, ruins my fun. It sucks like that. However, I'm hoping things will actually work out for me. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this video. I'm going to get ready to end it off, and in a few minutes, you'll see You'll start seeing my Let's Mostly Play of EvoPop. So yeah, I'll see you guys for that series. So, until next time everyone, I want you guys to be the very best, like no one ever was, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye everyone.